Hey guys, what's been going on? It's Charlie, and today I'm going to drink a cup of coffee. This is my brand new Nightmare Before Christmas mug. It's a big one. I can't remember how many ounces, but if I fill it the whole way up, all the water doesn't fit in my Keurig. Okay, this is the first time I'm trying this. It's Blueberry by Green Mountain Coffee, or I'm pretty sure that's the name. Hold on. All right, let me get a whiff. Hold on. Notes of blueberry. Okay, bold. I like it. It smells like a no nonsense coffee. Intense yet flavorful. But that sweet aroma of the blueberry. Give me 1 second. Let me do another. Wow. It's kind of funny and goofy to do that, but it can really change your experience with eating or drinking something, usually with coffee or a soda or just anything. If you give it a little, do like take it all in kind of thing. Hold on. No cream and no sugar added. This is just straight up. Okay, I don't know if you can see it. Give me a second. The mug has a purple inside, but you can kind of see. Hold on. Coffee in there. I'm not usually a snob about food, coffee, or whatever. Like, I'll eat gas station food and whatever and be like, oh wow, that was really good. But something I noticed is that if you don't buy like a bold coffee, this is just an observation of mine. I really like Dark Magic Keurig K-Cup pods. Let me make sure it's Green Mountain Coffee. I keep saying Green Mountain Coffee. Let me look it up. Yeah, Green Mountain Coffee roasters. They like have so much shelf space for Keurig K-Cups at any and all markets, at least around here. But the one thing I notice about just Keurig in general, not even Green Mountain but if you don't buy the bold roast, like I was saying, Dark Magic is a really good roast by Green Mountain. It's like a bold, that's why I guess it's called Dark Magic, like a very really strong, bold coffee. Even if you put cream and sugar in it, it just tastes like it doesn't. What I'm trying to say here is, if you don't buy those bold ones, the coffee tastes kind of watered down. Like, I feel this just as much as I do when I put the Dark Magic, like the water level, and the Dark Magic is still like really hard hitting and like, oh man, flavorful. But then these are always really light. I think that's just K-Cups in general. I turned this into like a coffee critic video, and we haven't even started talking about anything except for this coffee yet, but that's okay. How have you guys been doing? Still really good. I'm on my second day off, and then I go back. I've mentioned I have a full-time job, and then I do part-time lawn mowing. So the full-time, official gig, and then usually on my 2 days off I do the mowing. Hold on, this keeps making noise, or keeps like moving. I need to screw it down a little harder. Hold on. Dude, it just doesn't want to stop. It's interesting. Hold on. Oh. I think that'll do it. A little bit. What was I saying? So that, yeah. Full-time gig. Nothing glamorous. To be upfront and honest, I've never had a job that's a really enjoyable one where I'm like, oh man, I'm not going to work. I'm going to the thing I really love and making a lot of money at it. I don't want to complain too much about that, but it is what it is. It's never been, except for the mowing stuff. I really love mowing, but that's kind of self-employment, part-time. And my idea is to hopefully go full-time with that overtime. But yeah, I mean, as I can imagine that if you're someone that finally does a full-time job that you really enjoy, it can be probably a lot different than having that feeling of, oh, I don't even want to, like, you want to go to bed later to like protest about the fact that you have to go to work the next day. I feel that way sometimes. It's Jack Skellington. He is from a movie some of you guys might have seen. It was a movie that came out, I believe, in the early 90s. It's called A Nightmare Before Christmas. And it's become a staple and a classic. About Halloween, about Christmas. And it's just such a good movie. I know you guys know about the movie. I'm just kidding. Okay, my watch is reminding me about mindfulness. Be mindful. I skip it all the time when it says, let's be mindful for 1 minute and think about things we love or whatever. We had one day, this was recent. I said, man, I'd really like to have a Nightmare Before Christmas mug and a nice big one. As long as Jack Skellington's on it, I'm good. So I looked at my local Target, local Walmart, local like Home Goods, just kind of like, there's gotta be a local one, especially because it's around Halloween. And then I couldn't find one, so I just went to Amazon and got this one. I've seen a lot of TikToks recently about Halloween decorations and what Walmart's got right now and Party City and stuff. And I might today go check it out and see what they have at Walmart, because I kind of want to decorate the apartment this year, and I just think that's something cool that just changes things up. You don't come home to the old doldrums. You come home to the Halloween decorated seasonal decorations. And I think I'm going to do that this year. So I still have time right now. It's about a month and a half until Halloween. Let's see what's been going on. Guys, feel free to say in the comments what you've been up to. If anything notable or just whatever. Anything exciting coming up. Okay, so I mentioned the mowing. That's going to wind down pretty soon here. But where I live this summer compared to last summer, the rain has been at least double than last year. I remember last year, like mid-July, it being really hot and just not raining. Grass was all stagnant. So I didn't get that many calls. And this year I'm getting like calls like a lot more often, and I'm like, is it really already grown? And I'm like, oh, okay. I get there and it's like way different than their neighbors. It's like, way higher. And I'm like, it's been a week, So that's a good thing. Been a lot more, I guess, business this year in that regard. So that's Something that keeps me pretty busy is doing that. Even sometimes on my days on for my other job, I'll get done and then go and mow 2-3 lawns, and then it's already evening by that point. The new age has definitely made it so you got to be more creative and sort of proactive to stay afloat, as a lot of people might know. So that's, we are in the new age where you got a full-time job, part-time job, then this YouTube thing, I could call it a part-time job. I don't really ever think about it in that regard, but it sort of is, where it's something I'm kind of trying to stay disciplined about, instead of being, just keep doing it. I haven't done let's see, my last coffee with Dalton it's been quite a while, and I haven't done a coffee with Charlie 5 years ago, but I probably didn't call it that. So I think it's just and this is Genuine, my first cup of the day. Genuine. Genuine. I don't think I say that word that way. It's kind of funny to say it that way, though. Genuine. Well, genuine might be the right way to say it, depending on where you live. So, I've got that potentially on the docket today to go to check Walmart out for those Halloween decorations, man. I heard they had, some pretty cool incense burners and some cool masks, man. All kinds of decorations. Like, I've been seeing these things on TikTok. It's like a vertical sign that says, "Welcome. Do not be scared," and it's got, like, ghosts. Stuff like that. Like, I've talked about, this was in, like, maybe one video I did, a movie called American Movie. And the main character in it is a guy named Mark Borchardt. And it's a documentary, so he's a real guy that, it's not like a staged movie, it's a documentary. It is, man, he is actually so funny, man. Well, just such a good, like, character voice. He's from, Milwaukee. Now he's got these great mannerisms. You guys got to go check out American Movie. It's probably on Amazon Prime. That's the way he talks. And obviously, I've always loved accents and different voices. So as soon as I... All right, we'll go into the story of how I found American Movie. This... me and my brother growing up, we're about 2 years apart in age. He's 2 years older. And he really liked movies, like, early on, like when he was like 9 or 8. And I don't mean like Aladdin. Like, he would, like, research, quote unquote, and, like, he had a bunch of friends with older brothers and stuff who would be like, "Dude, you gotta check this movie out," and stuff. And this is when Hollywood Video and Blockbuster Video and stuff were there, where you could go and physically, like, read the back of the movies. I'd be like, maybe next time I'll check that one out. I remember my brother telling me about American Movie when I was like maybe 10 or something, around 2000, and he was like 12. And he was like, "Oh, I heard it's really good and funny and stuff." And then I just, like, oh, cool, and then we never watched it. And then when I was 20, so 10 years later, this was around the time, this is 2010, that I started making YouTube comedy videos. I guess I wanted, like, some inspiration one night, and I was just searching, like, really funny documentaries or best documentaries, and American Movie was on a lot of them, because it's really funny but also really heartfelt and, like, human, where he yeah, the best part about it is that he doesn't like try to act like he like shows himself on camera, and that's how he is. And it's like he's an alcoholic, and he's arguing with his parents, and he's getting like he's got all these kind of flaws, but then also is a really just determined guy to make movies and to live this dream that he's had since he was a kid. You just, yeah, if you watch that movie, you see it all. Just like the good, the bad, and the setbacks of trying to be an independent filmmaker, that obviously no one wants to throw you any money for just making videos. Like, it's like, yeah, I feel like until people, like, whether family, friends, anybody, sees that it's something serious, I suppose, that is like, could give you a career, I feel like people don't kind of, well, they look at it as like, oh, your little hobby instead of your big thing that could be something huge. And anyway, yeah, in that movie, there's kind of a lot of, see the interviews of his family and friends, and they're like, well, he's dropped out of high school. I don't know. They're just, you got to watch the movie. It's like, he's always been obsessed with horror movies, and I can't remember. He like dropped out of school and then went to the army, then left the army. But man, it's such a good movie. I didn't plan to talk about American movies today, but I've got to give that another watch. I think Mark is still active on like Twitter and stuff. Sometimes I'll see updates. And unfortunately, I think it's been a year since the other main guy in the film, his friend Mike, passed away last year. That was a bummer to see that. I'm trying to remember. It was around this time last year. Let me see. Mike Shank was his name. Passed away on October 13th last year, 2022. But Mike is such a funny, great character. Well, he's not a character, he's a guy, but like, they're both such good, unique people and characters. Like, talented and just so funny. Anyway, we went to an American movie detour, but yeah, check it out. I'm sure you could. Let me see if it's on like Amazon Prime rental or something. Let me see. There's so many ways to get movies nowadays. $2.99 to rent. Yeah, makes sense. Yep. Oh man, I gotta buy the Blu-ray of this at some point. I've kind of strayed from physical media, so to speak. But man, that's one you gotta hold in your hands and have some weight in your hands. Seeing that you got that, movie, man. When I was similar to what I was talking about with my brother, he would always really influence me with, and I don't even know if I thought about it. I just thought, oh, my brother likes it, so I guess it's the thing to like. Influenced me with guitar, with liking movies, with liking certain music. And then, yeah, it really influenced me with like collecting movies. So we both had like huge DVD collections. I remember it would have like those, they still make these stands that'll hold DVDs you put in your room. And by like, I want to say 2010 or so, I had so many. I was living in this apartment, and they were all in boxes because I had no space to put these stands everywhere because it was such a small little hole-in-the-wall apartment. Someday maybe I'll make a video talking about just that apartment in that year, 2009 to 2010, August 2009 to 2010. Very like weird and, I don't know, pretty depressing time in my life that I still look back on and go, oh man, I'm glad it's not like that. Like, so it's good to have that point of reference of a time where you knew things weren't very good, but it hasn't, been like that since, and hopefully won't be. Anyway, I was saying about the DVD. So that year, I didn't have any room, and then I just made this choice. I was like, well, man, everything's going like digital. It was kind of the beginnings of that in 2010. I was like, I'm just going to get rid of my cases of my DVDs and just put them in booklets. So that's what I started doing. And I kind of regret it now. Not having all those, like, I had so many. I would go to Best Buy like once a week and buy like 2 DVDs. You get like the anniversary editions and the steel books and like the special unrated, uncut second copy, and like they would do all kinds of stuff with DVDs. I remember, like, so creatively market them and package them in such a cool case and stuff when you go to Best Buy, especially horror movies. Go there and buy a bunch of those. I had like all the Friday the 13th, Nightmares on Elm Street, Texas Chainsaw, and now I just have them all in like booklets. But I'm like, man, I kind of regret doing that. But also at the time, it was the kind of, I had like 4 or 5 boxes worth of DVDs, and it's like, do you want to move 4 or 5 boxes, and then those grow exponentially every time you move, like just of DVDs? But now it's so nuts. You just go on Amazon and either rent or you do the streaming stuff, or almost at the end of the cup of coffee. As of recent, let's see, Starfield is pretty sick. Really liking Starfield, but for some reason I can't get as glued onto it as Fallout New Vegas and Skyrim. I would get so like lost into those. Maybe it's because, I don't really know, because it looks amazing, and I think another part of it is the time thing. I just don't have as much time as I did. Remember when Skyrim came out? It was 2011. I was in college, and I worked like part-time, but then I would have days off, and I actually had time to play the game. But now it's like, oh man, between the mowing job, videos, still time, but it's grasping at those, the hourglass, saying like, man, come on, let me play Starfield for 12 hours and not have any repercussions that I didn't wash the dishes or do the laundry or make the video or mow the lawn. Let me just do that. Been drinking a lot of energy drinks. Okay. In the last 3 years specifically. I kind of had a big break. I can't remember the exact time frame, but I want to say from like 2015 to 2020, I like rarely would drink energy, like really rarely, maybe 1 or 2 a week or something. And then I got a new job after COVID or during COVID. And started sucking back energy drinks, sometimes 2 times a day. The last 2 days I've just been doing the Cup of Joe. Yesterday I did the Dark Magic, and today I did the blueberry. Give me 1 sec. It's losing temperature fast. Well, there we are, the bottom of the cup. I've been here before, but last time it hurt a lot more. This time it almost feels comforting. Dude, some people will make like a pot of coffee and drink a big old mug and then be like, I kind of want another one. And I've done that, but for some reason it just seems seems like so crazy. Not crazy, especially when I'm drinking energy drinks. Like, I can't really be, I'm not trying to be a critic of it, but I'm like, dude, if I drank, like 2, I just feel like I'd be like, well, it depends the brew, I guess. This stuff, I'm thinking right now, I'm like, if I went and I filled another cup up, mug of this blueberry, I'd probably drink at least half of it, and then maybe the rest, like, it would be cold, but I would still probably finish it eventually. But just, let me know, guys, in the comments, or don't, it's up to you. If you're one of those people that will make a big old mug and fill yourself a big old, whatever the hell that thing's called, coffee caster, and then top off with a big mug, and then top off with a second. Keep it on the warm setting so that it's still warm. Alright, I've got a really random memory, and that's the theme of this video, is random kind of memories. And if you guys haven't noticed, I kind of like to recall memories all the time. It's just I don't know, my friends will be like, dude, you're the perfect old man, where you'll say names and say like, 1998, there was Billy Jones, and he used to live down the street. And that's not real, but they always say that I'm already there, and I've probably been that way a while. But anyway, what's my story is that I went to my first semester of college. It was like my first day of class. This is in that 2010 apartment. I was like, dude, I don't have a coffee maker. Or wait, no, I didn't have coffee. So I went to the grocery store at like 5 a.m. This one was open 24 hours back then. There was a dude outside smoking a cigarette. And I was like, he was like, hey man, if you don't mind, give it like a minute or so. I'm the only one in there, and I can't let anyone in unless I'm in there. And I was like, oh, that's cool, okay. And then he like let me in, and then he was just telling me all this stuff. He was telling me like, yeah man, if you're in school, stay, man. You're gonna be like, or else you're gonna be like me, man, smoking a cigarette at 5 a.m. at the grocery store or whatever. I wasn't like judging him at all, but he was like giving me this really good advice at like 5 a.m. about like life when I was going to get a bag of coffee. And then I went in, got the bag of coffee, and I would see him semi-often. And just like remember that funny time at 5 a.m. I went to get the coffee and I was talking to this guy outside. Anyway, nice. Alright guys, well let's see, it's been 28 minutes of this video. We could go for another 3 hours, honestly, especially after that cup of coffee. But I think I'm gonna start getting on with my day here and maybe check out those Halloween decorations at the Walmart. Okay. And maybe we'll do a video featuring them. I know I'm going to do at least one Halloween video, 100%. 100%. This year. If not 2, okay? I'll make the covenant, I'll make the promise of at least 1, okay? Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you're all been doing okay and faring well out there in the Fallout wasteland, and having to be creative in the new age, as I was saying earlier, about staying afloat. And all that, guys. Guys, we're going to see you for plenty more videos coming up soon. Role plays. Got some funny character ideas and stuff like that. And definitely a Halloween video or 2. Alright, guys. We will see you for another video very soon. Cut.